Three Guys, Brit, an international podcast where we go over many subjects. As usual, I am Joker, along with Jeej and Windu. Unfortunately, today we don't have Caveman in the building, so it's due to some medical conditions and stuff like that. So I hope he recovers and gets better. And we miss you, man. Hope you get better and come back soon. But let's go ahead. Go on, Windu. Give us a subject, bro. What is it that you wanted to talk about today?
So there's a reason why I got this little eye filter on, right? So we're gonna talk a little bit about the ultimate debate, right? And it's a little bit on the nerdy side, but we're gonna talk about Marvel versus DC, right?
DC all day.
Like that. Hold on. So now, I'm gonna ask you guys a couple questions, general off the top questions, right? And I want you guys to tell me your opinion, right? Which one has the best movies?
Best movies?
Best movies so
Marvel.
far? Marvel, yeah.
God, whatever would just happen to DC all day. What is that?
All right, G.
No, because you said movies. No,
He just flipped real quick, bro. He's like, hold up.
No. It is DC all day for me. I'm a DC fan. They don't have
I'm a DC fan.
the backing like Marvel does, bro. They don't have no Kevin Feige.
No,
I mean, hold on. They have
Feige,
backing though, bro. Like
they have backing.
I understand that, but I'm saying
DC's Warner Brothers, bro. Warner Brothers ain't going nowhere.
Backing like that. I'm not saying backing like that, even though Warner Brothers got sold to Discovery. But anyways, I'm talking about backing like Marvel has, like Kevin Feige. They have the directors. They have the staff.
You mean like a person that actually has got a future plan, like everything's set in place?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Well, that's just better structure, though. You get me?
That's what I mean by backing. It's just
now. Hold on.
Better casting.
See,
now,
backing
wait.
means a different language. You know what I mean? So, but
wait.
Say backing, it comes as financial.
Actually, even in financial, Marvel has a better backing. They have fucking Disney.
So Disney's a giant. Agreed. But I just want to point out, you're counting out amazing movies, like the last Joker movie that just got received, got Oscar-winning film, right? We're talking about the Christian Bale movies. Well, maybe not as far as sales, but the Endgame. How many awards did Endgame win as far as like Oscars, like acting roles?
No, I don't think it's a lot, but compared to
I never really looked into it. But it's the only reason why I do say Marvel has the better movies because they have better performing. But to me, DC still hits at heart for one reason. I just think of the best example we got over here on the other monitors, Superman.
Mm-hmm.
They have one character. Marvel has three that do almost the same exact thing as Superman. But DC was able to do it in one character.
Well, I mean, for those of you that are watching, we have like a little screen for all shit. Not available on the podcast.
No, yeah.
But I mean, in this alone, it shows that Superman was made in 1938. And then Marvel's tried to give us their own versions of Superman, right? And I guess in the Eternals movie, we saw kind of showing that the Eternals were supposed to be versions of Superman, right? But I mean, okay, so DC has Superman. It's iconic. They made a shit ton of movie in Superman films, and then they had other Superman films. I'm talking about even from old school to recent, because Man of Steel was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Like with what's his name, Henry Cavill. Man of Steel was dope as fuck. So you feel me? Like I would almost sit here and argue.
Died for me though when they did Superman versus Batman. I'm still a big fucking hater on Ben Affleck being Batman.
Well, I mean, I'm not mad at it, but here's what I think. I think movie wise, individually, I think DC knocks that shit out of the park. But the moment that they start doing these group movies, bro, it low-key almost feels like I'm watching a whole bunch of kindergartners fight. Like I'm like, yo, like this shit's chaotic. The plot points are all out of twist. Like I don't know what happens.
Don't get me wrong. DC, I think that's honestly what spoiled, what kind of got me saying like Marvel does better movies, because I look at Justice League. Don't get me wrong, I still hit high on Justice League. Justice League hit a lot of notes for me.
Like, let's say Captain America versus Superman. Man of Steel versus Captain America. Which one is a better movie?
Man of Steel will destroy him.
Superman.
Right? Let's go down the list. Like a more similar character. Now this is TV show versus a movie, so it might be a little different. But I think we have enough time on film, on screen for both to make this example. The 3 Christian Bale movies, or Moon Knight with what's his name? Isaiah something?
Yeah, something. I can't remember his name.
See,
yeah,
that's a toss-up for me, because here's the thing. You talk about the 3 Christian Bale movies. The only one that, I mean, I liked all 3 of them. I got lost with the Bane.
Okay.
And it kind of fell off on me. The only one that really hit hard was because of the Joker. And that's... So, I mean, like, Christian Bale, he was a good Batman. Don't get me wrong. I would have liked to see him come back as Batman, but he was done with it. So it's really a toss-up. I would honestly probably have to say Christian Bale, because he was probably one of the better Batmans we've had in a long time.
I'll tell you. Like on screen time, right? Like, let's say 9 hours versus 9 hours total. I gotta say, bro, the Moon Knight TV show that they just released, and we're talking about TV show movie right now, right? We could always go back to comics, but the Moon Knight TV show, if you haven't watched it, is out of this fucking world. His acting with multiple personalities, like that acting alone, going from British accent to American accent, and like the plot twist and everything, it keeps you entertained. And say that I followed the Batman movies as intently throughout all 3 of the films. Like you said, Dark Knight, amazing. Batman Begins, pretty cool. The last one, I don't even remember the name. With Bane.
No, I just know it was Bane.
That's what I'm saying. So I like, they had high peaks and low peaks, right? But bro, like DC's always been good at TV shows. Marvel's bringing that shit to the table.
That's when you ask. Well,
I mean, I get it.
When you ask better movies, it is Marvel. TV shows, DC's pretty much right there on TV shows, man, because like they can branch it out, and they can build their character better than trying to put them into.
I think that's where they struggle.
This last Batman
for me, what I personally, there's a guy on Twitter, I don't know if Windu knows him, but Connor, right? He's a big DC fan, just like me, and he brings out a good takes on Twitter too regarding certain things, and both me and him kind of discussed a bit about the DC characters. And for my biggest gripes with DC as a whole and Warner Brothers is I so wish, since they created Man of Steel, right, I wish there was some kind of a continuity from that point onwards. But I'm tired of looking at all of these reboots over and over again. Like, how many fucking Batman reboots have we got so far, bro?
Well, here's the thing. You can touch on this when you're talking about Batman reboots. This last Batman is probably the best Batman I've seen.
Don't get me wrong.
Interesting.
For 2 or 3 reasons. For 2 or 3 best reasons. Is one, they have a younger Batman. They have a younger actor into it, so we can get a few more span of times if they want to keep.
I mean, but they did that with Bale.
Oh no, don't get me wrong. Yes, they did, but they wait. Like if you look at the Christian Bale movies, how they were spanned out, and then finally he got sick of being Batman. That's the other thing. But when you get this one, all right, the second point of it was finally a dark movie for Batman.
Yo, shout out to Robert Pattinson though. I really was not looking forward to it. I was not looking forward to it when they announced he was going.
He did a lot better than I thought.
And
but that's what I'm saying.
You not. When I watched this movie, I was just like, yo, this is like gritty, like dark. Like,
okay, that's what I'm saying. That's my second point. But if you actually look at it, if you look at the Christian Bale movies, he was coming out as Batman in the daytime. Batman is meant to be the Dark Knight. You know what I mean? Like he's out there at night. This other Batman movie, he was literally like scenes were filmed at night. They were done in the dark. It just felt darker for a Batman. So you were getting more like that intense moment. And then the third thing is, man, they actually gave him the detective. They actually went
like a crime drama.
Like that.
And
you know,
and also the fact is that that Riddler, his acting was on fucking point.
True.
Bro, his acting was fucking. I mean, I was just like mind blown. I thought, you know what, Jim Carrey probably on TV, like live action wise, he did a good job as a Riddler. So and so, because we never had a Riddler after him. You know what I mean? But then after was like
time
this
period, Jim Carrey was the best Riddler of that time period, because that's what that was like. That was his persona. Like I've always thought of him as a, that Joker persona. We don't really have any other actors before we found this one. I mean, this Riddler is fucking hands down. Like, so I mean, like this Batman movie is probably the best Batman movie they came out with. And not even that, just the costume. Think about Batman's costume wise, bro. It didn't look big, bulky, and just like he was wearing a suit.
It was just decent. It was decent size.
Yeah, it looked slick.
It was not too overpowering in a sense where it would be like, you'd be looking at the details of the fucking costume, but it's like, all right, we know that's a Batman costume. Cool. You know what I mean? But they were more focused on other parts of the movies, like, for example, the villains, what was going on around the area, like the Alfred and Batman's fucking relationship that was happening as well. It was like, you know what? I give props to that movie, to be honest, TBH. And then at the end, they also teased it with the whole Joker thing. As they're like, okay, it's interesting, because now I'm actually looking forward to the next movie if they do release it, because I want to see what they're gonna bring onto the screen.
But does it make sense that they're developing an individual Batman, Robert Pattinson, while simultaneously developing a Justice League with Ben Affleck? Like, how does that make sense?
At the same time, I'm also thinking, is this like the whole, just like Marvel, when DC has like a multiple universes and shit like that, and you had Earth, Earth Core 1, 0 and shit like that, Earth 0, Earth 1, all of these kind of things. So maybe they're trying to like change your thought process into that, like, oh, this is what's happening in Earth 1 and this is what's happening in Earth 2, whatever bullshit. You know what I mean? But I'm just speculating at this point. I don't know. And at the same time, you have other things like DC wise. You got Suicide Squad that went off in a different fucking route. You know what I mean? And then you had, the Superman movies are in a different route. Wonder Woman, Superman, and I would honestly say the Flash movie is somewhat connected, but the rest of the movies does not really connect with each other, to be honest with you.
It's like they're making movies just to make movies.
I honestly been thinking about talking about the Flash. I really enjoyed the Flash TV show on WB or WC.
CW?
Yeah, CW.
Yeah, that was a great Flash.
I really enjoyed him.
I mean, with all the drama that Ezra, whatever his name is, has been going through, right? Like, I'm talking about homeboy's been arrested countless of times. He got in trouble. Like, this man has been on the limelight of news for the better part of a year, and none of it is good, bro. Like, to the point where they almost canceled the movie because of shit that he's been up to, right?
Yeah.
But we don't even know if you're gonna get a Flash movie now with all the shit that's coming out of the woodworks. Like, what is it? He beat the shit out of the guys who took him in and like kind of abusing them in a sense and all sorts of shit. I'm like, this motherfucker is crazy. I can see why he plays like a darker character in fucking other movies. You know what I mean? He's living his fucking actual psychotic life that he plays on screens. Man.
I don't know, bro. Like, it really does feel like DC movies are just a clusterfuck. DC movies feel the same as Star Wars movies. I hate saying that because I love Star Wars, but DC movies feel like Star Wars movies right now, all over the place.
It's true because again, it's like they're trying to please the fans because they want. It's been a while since we got like different characters on the screen. And at the same time, what's I fucking hate it is the fact is that there's no continuity though. There's no continuity. I just keeps tired of seeing these reboots and tired of like coming across a different storyline that's not even supposed to connect. And then all of a sudden they just bring Justice League movie. And it's like, here you go, take it. This is what happened so far. Like,
I mean, not even that, man. Like, I enjoyed seeing an actual Justice League movie though, because it needed to happen. Especially after all these Avenger movies popped out, DC needed to come out with an Avengers movie.
They could have done better, Jeez. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, a lot of people say that the Snyderverse was the better version.
The Snyderverse, yeah, it was the better version. Like, I'm not even talking about.
I mean, I've heard people say that the Snyderverse sucked and the Snyderverse should be just completely forgotten.
There's a lot of agreeing to disagreeing with a lot of fans out there. You know, no matter what, there'll be one fan out there who will be like, "Oh, I disagree with this bullshit. I disagree with that," just like a Marvel fan would do too, right? But all I'm saying is they need to fucking pick this, fucking sit down, create a fucking plan, and say, okay, this is how we need to do. Because people thrive on having some kind of a connection. Like, look at what happened with Captain America, Iron Man. When the first Iron Man movie came out, they gave a lot of little fucking Easter eggs. Then afterwards, the second Iron Man movie came out. Then they brought out a Captain America, and then we found out there's an actual Avengers shit that's gonna happen. You know what I mean? So that gave fans.
It built up to it.
Yeah,
and the writing was there on the wall too.
Exactly. And then at the end, when they released that last two Avenger movies, the Infinity War and the, what is it?
Endgame?
I can't remember the other. Yeah, Endgame.
Yeah.
Bro, they brought out so much little shit where they've included Guardians of the Galaxy, then they fucking introduced Spider-Man, this, that, and everything. Like, Spider-Man was introduced in Civil War, right? I think so.
I think so.
I can't remember. Yeah, Civil War. So, you know, when they add like small little things, they didn't even have that much of a screen time, but still they added a little bit, which gave fans like, yo, that was the sickest thing I've ever seen. That was the sickest thing, and it was on everyone's mind and lips, and they were just discussing with the homies who are like big comic fans, you know. So,
all right.
I mean, just those little screen times. Just those little screen times, though, man. It can hit, but at the same time, like, I didn't really think too much of Spider-Man showing up in Civil War, because I knew they were gearing up for Avengers. And
no, but what made the movie so great is the fact is that they started talking about Avengers, which is not even the biggest fucking thing in the Marvel universe, and they brought it to the screen because Avengers are big, don't get me wrong, but they're not bigger than the other characters in the Marvel fucking comics, and they made it into a big thing within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You know what I mean?
How weren't they?
No, I'm not saying that they're the lowest. I'm just saying they were not even that. Like, in comics, they're not the biggest entity. Like, it's not the biggest thing that you talk about. You know what I mean?
Wait.
Because there are so many Marvel characters.
Joker.
But when
Yeah,
they
it is.
bought out Avengers,
Spider-Man, Iron Man, Captain America. Do I need to keep going? Like, those are like just three of the biggest.
No.
names in Marvel.
What I'm saying is, like, look, Marvel Cinematic Universe was created in a different direction. They don't even follow some of the comic book lines, some of the comic book situations.
I mean, they try to stay true though, even though they adjust.
Yeah, no. But what I'm saying is, like, they bought Spider-Man was from the get-go. He was part of an Avenger from the get-go. But in the cinematic universe, they made him into like a smaller role, and then afterwards they built up to that. You know what I mean? Because even if you play the first Spider-Man game, right? Iron Man and Spider-Man had a great connection, even if you play the PlayStation version one, right? The first.
Damn, that's throwback as hell. There was no.
Yeah.
You. Damn.
You remember
Sky,
Iron Man coming into?
So hold on. I also remember, because here's the thing, Avengers have been a big thing, because at the end of the day, they even had a game like Marvel Ultimate Alliance, which was with all the Avengers. I don't know if you guys remember that game, right? Justice League was big in the 90s because they had the Justice League TV show. That was fucking massive. Like, how they can have so much content for how they can have such amazing content dialogue from the Justice League TV show. They literally could just rip off episodes probably and be like, hey, if we turn these 3 episodes into one movie, I'm pretty sure that'll be lit. Legit.
Now, here's my thing. Do you find that the DC does better in animation than they do in the live?
Yes.
Would you rather see them more come into more animation than not? I'm saying post.
I mean, you bring up a fair point, because animation is still big.
I would have asked this question before this last Batman movie, but I'm saying like keep that movie out of your mind. Like not as like that's just too new. I'm talking about just in general. Like, cause like you brought up the other Justice League. Like I remember sitting there as a kid, bro. Like the Wonder Twins. Like when are we gonna get the Wonder Twins? You know what I mean? Like that's what I want to see, or see some stuff like that. Now, don't get me wrong. Like we've had great like Wonder Woman movies. They've all been great. I've enjoyed them. But when are we gonna get? Like I want DC to go back to their roots of just TV shows. Like movies are great.
I think it comes down to cost, bro, because there's so many competing TV shows, especially with Disney Plus out there. Like even if they push a brand new TV show on Netflix and it's like, hey, they're just only gonna do 1 season, and hopefully if it does well enough, then they'll do another, you know?
Well, they don't need to now that Discovery owns Warner Brothers. They have Discovery Plus, so you can get all the DC stuff on Discovery Plus.
How many people actually subscribe to Discovery Plus versus Disney?
No, but I understand that, but I'm saying like you can get it all now on a streaming website like Disney Plus. That they can, and it just gives them a little bit more annual to promote Discovery Plus. You know what I mean?
Hold on, let me ask you guys this question. And you just agree, disagree, fight it, agree, like whatever. DC characters are more iconic.
Yes.
Why?
They hit from my childhood.
It's
what?
If
It hits from my childhood, just from the cartoons.
No, because the biggest thing for me, I would say, is the fact that when the whole comic book, like when I started getting into comic book and I started doing a lot of fucking research on it, and I was trying to do all of this on it, the general concession across the whole fucking spectrum that I spoke to and everyone like that was always Superman and Batman in their fucking minds. You know what I mean? And it's influential. Just those 2 characters are so fucking influential. It's fucking mind-blowing. I didn't even realize. It's only when you spoke about Marvel in other sense, the only characters that came into your mind was a clusterfuck of X-Men, right? Then you had Spider-Man.
I can't even say X-Men, bro. I can't even say X-Men.
Was in my mind.
I didn't even know X-Men was part of the fucking Marvel universe till probably like 6 years ago.
Really? Bro, I remember playing Marvel Ultimate Alliance, and I remember out of the 4 starting characters, Wolverine was one of them.
Yeah, it didn't click into me till literally it was like for me 6-7 years ago.
When speaking of the earlier conversation, when I told you Avengers is not even like a big thing for me, it's the X-Men that was actually the biggest thing for me, right? That's what I meant. You know what I mean? So X-Men was the only thing that came in my mind when I thought about Marvel, because in X-Men there are so many fucking levels of fucking power, supervillains, and all of that kind of shit that blew my fucking mind. And that's when I got introduced to like cosmic level fucking powers and this level, that level, everything like that. But like I said, Superman is fucking Man of Steel, right? This motherfucker was indestructible. Like he would go up against toe to toe with any enemy, and that's why it was so iconic. You know what I mean? He had laser vision, he had fucking frost breath, he could go speed of fucking Flash, speed of fucking light, and you can go fucking fly around as well. Right? I mean, strength of all things.
I guess you could say between Batman and Superman, they literally have carried the DC universe for so fucking long.
That's true. Yeah, exactly. And Batman, motherfucker doesn't have no fucking power, but he went toe to toe with the fucking biggest villains on the fucking entire planet. You know what I mean? And he always had a contingency, like his biggest thing was his brain within the thing, and that's what made him stand out the most within the comic book world. You know what I mean? He
Talking about Batman?
He was there like, yeah, exactly. This motherfucker had contingency plan for fucking everyone, including himself, if it ever fucking goes wrong. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, this motherfucker knows that his brain is the biggest fucking threat across the planet. So he was there like, you know what? Just in case I go bad, here's me. This is what you gotta do to fucking put me down. Like, shit's fucking wild. And
so, how about this argument, right? There's people out there that say that Batman can beat anyone in a fight.
I disagree.
I disagree.
I disagree.
Why?
I disagree.
But
I mean, but if he can beat Superman with just sheer mind power and planning, what's stopping him from being able to beat anybody else?
Yeah, but
So
is this
the problem-
saying, no, is this just in the DC world, or are we going literally across all platforms?
No, so the problem.
I mean, they each have their own big guys.
Oh, no, but I mean, I'm just wondering if you're talking about Batman can beat anyone across all platforms, then it's a no. But if you're saying just in DC, then yes.
No,
Batman
but for
beats
me,
everybody.
I would disagree in regardless form. It doesn't matter which fucking planet that you're going in or whatever across different universes. The reason being is, in order for Batman to even beat this person, he has to come first time introduction to this character, first time before he could even plan. So imagine you showed up and he doesn't have any fucking clue about you. You can whoop his ass one-on-one straight away. Then he will go back, make a plan to come back and beat your ass. That's Batman. That's what it is. But if you fucking first hand straight away go and fucking fight him and you got better fucking strength, this, that, and everything, you can kill him. You can kill him if he doesn't have any kind of knowledge about you. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. It still is Batman. He's got enough
You know what
fucking
I mean?
technology. He can beat anybody. But the thing of it is,
you're not
my
wrong.
question is,
You're not wrong.
now, my question is on this: do you compare Batman to Iron Man? Are they literally the same characters?
They're not literally the same.
No. I'm talking about just.
Now you're talking about like billionaire playboys with their outfits.
I'm talking about their persona.
I mean, you could throw Doom in there too.
Yeah, Doom, Dr.
But
Doom.
that's what I'm saying. Like, don't you really like? I consider like as main characters of like the face of Marvel and DC. You know, face of Marvel, it is Iron Man, Captain America. You know what I mean? Thor. But you start going into DC, yes, it's Batman, Superman. So I started looking at it. I really can compare Batman and Iron Man, kind of like the same character outlet. That billionaire playboy,
You could say that
he just has all the money with technology.
So see, the problem is, it's not the only fucking person out there who's a billionaire philanthropist who's a fucking superhero by night too.
No, but that
You
has
got
no
Green
powers.
Arrow. You got
But he has
Green
no,
Arrow
but no,
too.
but not even that. No, I'm talking Joker. What I'm trying to say is that has no powers.
Yeah, Green Arrow doesn't have any powers. He just fucking shoots arrows, bro.
Yeah, but I compare Green Arrow kind of like to Hawk. Hawk's, no, whatever his name is there. I'm just talking about has no powers, but is the face of that Marvel and DC.
So if
That's
you're
what I'm
looking,
saying.
If you're looking at,
At the face,
to find.
You're
Captain
just
America's there.
apples from apples. You're just trying to go apples and apples on that. That's not what I'm asking.
So okay, so if you have to go face to face, it's gonna be a very tough fight, and it's gonna be a very close thing. But I think Batman will.
Yeah, Joker, you're missing
the.
the concept. What I'm asking.
No, I'm
not
just saying
talking about them
Batman
fighting.
will.
I'm not talking about them
Batman
fighting.
will come. Okay, so what is it?
I'm saying is the comparison of the two characters are pretty much the damn same.
Oh, of course, it's very similar. Very
Thank
similar.
you. That's what I was
Very
asking from the
similar.
beginning.
No, but it's very similar. You don't get me wrong. The only thing that makes them stand out from each other is the fact is that one is literally a detective, right, and the other one is just like, yo, I'm just doing shit because I can. He's the Elon Musk of this world. That's what he is.
But at
And
the same
that's
time, so
Iron
isn't Batman, because Batman has all the same technology.
He does, but he doesn't just wander around and starts creating
He has Alfred.
innovations just right.
He has Alfred.
Exactly. He has Alfred. That's
But who
true.
did
He has
who did
Alfred.
Iron Man have? Who did Iron Man have?
Himself.
No,
And
he had his fucking computer. He had
Jarvis.
freaking Jarvis.
Yeah, he had Jarvis.
Jarvis is Alfred. Jarvis is Alfred.
He created Jarvis. Batman didn't create
Still,
Alfred.
it doesn't matter on the same point. Jarvis
He
is
said
Alfred.
Batman didn't create
Batman's
Alfred.
Iron Man.
You know what I
Like,
mean?
It's the same thing.
Oh,
He always
Jesus.
had all them, like that whole
So who would win, Batman or Iron Man?
Batman.
Batman.
Really?
Yeah.
Hands down. All he's gotta do is destroy freaking Tony Stark's freaking suit, and he's done.
No, it's not suit. It's his fucking.
I mean, you know what? I'll be real with you. Realistically, sit here and think about it. EMP grenade. Tony's dead.
Yeah, Tony's done. That's what I'm saying. Batman's literally even that, not even that. You can literally probably say Batman does beat a lot of the Marvel universe characters hands down without even any of the planning you were saying. It's just literally it's just the way he's built.
His mentality is what makes him stand out better, right? The fact is that this motherfucker is there, like, he's not gonna take no for a fucking answer if he wants to fucking fight, because he will create some kind of a fucking thing to beat you, because he's a sore fucking loser, right? Batman is a sore loser, and that's
But
why
no
he
one beats
created a
Thor.
That's true. And the fact is that, like,
Just saying, no one beats Thor.
Strongest Avenger.
strongest.
You never seen that yet? I don't know.
I haven't.
Hell
No,
yeah.
but
Where's Hulk? Where's Hulk on that arm though?
Nowhere yet, because he's not the strongest Avenger.
Aye.
Batman would ultimately win the fight against Tony Stark. You know what I mean? And it's just for the fact is he will create some kind of a fucking device, because he created fucking kryptonite bullets and shit, and fucking kryptonite fucking knives just to fucking batarangs to just fucking hurt Superman. It's just like, all right, if you can.
Does DC have better villains?
Yes.
Yes.
See, which is
Batman's a little pussy.
Yeah.
he said, like, bro. I mean, DC's equivalent is Darkseid, which we kind of saw a little bit during what's it called? Justice
Yeah,
League.
Justice League.
The whole anti-life equation. They tease him, he's coming, but then you don't really, nothing happens, right? But
You know who was the greatest villain in fucking DC?
Joker.
Even to this point?
No, I'm saying the Joker, not you.
Brainiac.
Fuck out of here.
Get the fuck
Brainiac?
out of here.
Bro.
What?
The unfortunate thing is Brainiacs need some kind of a fucking thing to survive on. He's a virus, right? But yo, the motherfucker can bring down destruction on this fucking
Bro,
planet,
the
right?
greatest villain in DC
Joker, bro.
history is the fucking Joker.
It's Joker. It's gotta be.
I'm not denying it. I'm just saying the fact is that, like, yo, how
The
about
fuck you mean you're not denying it? You just gave us a totally different option as the best one.
No.
How is-
I said, for me, Brainiac is one of the top villains, right? Because he's a fucking virus, and this motherfucker is hell bent on destructing fucking Superman, right? Regardless. And Batman had some kind of a problems with him. Unfortunately, I'm just going according to the whole of Justice League versus some villain, right? So that's what I'm going according. But in Batman's world, Joker was the one that went toe to toe with him, and he fucked up with his brain. You know what I mean?
Oh, but I mean, and if you're going in Batman universe though, for asking for villains, to me, yes, it is still Joker, but at the same time, I honestly, my favorite villain, Scarecrow.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah.
Lunatic Scarecrow. That's spicy. That's a different one.
Yeah.
You know, just because and that's the thing where, like, yeah, they teased them a little bit in the last Christian Bale movies where they had him in there. But man, I tell you what, Scarecrow at the same time, he can fuck everyone's day up.
Scarecrow was the bad guy in Batman Begins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was.
Main bad guy besides Ra's al Ghul.
Yep.
Ra's al Ghul was okay. They just teased him a little bit because
Liam
of
Neeson.
Yeah, exactly. But
Well, the thing with Ra's al
Scarecrow
Ghul,
was-
though, I mean, he's another one that's kind of like, that needs to I feel he got underplayed because Ra's al Ghul was a big part.
There are levels of fucking villains in the DC world. Like, if you sit there and think about it, to be honest, like each one has their individual strengths. There are some booty fucking villains though, like they were dog shit. But then there are some villains out there who can literally fuck up compared to the Marvel. Like those DC villains can fuck up the planet, fam, if they get together. Like,
oh no, bro. My favorite villain in the Marvel universe, and that's why I was super hyped for fucking Thor: Love and Thunder, was fucking the Godslayer. His name's fucking slipping me right now.
Gore the God Butcher.
Yes, thank you.
Yo, Christian Bale killed that shit, bro.
And
he did great.
Like, that's why I was super excited about it, because if you think about it, dude, there's a person out there literally that's a God Butcher.
How do you feel about that? Like seeing somebody play a role in one side and then play a different role on the other side. Great example, Chris Evans went from Human Torch back in like 2003,
True.
came back as Captain America, swole as shit.
Yeah.
Like, I think he played them both properly, but where the Fantastic Four was a flop, Captain America was a hit.
But see,
and I think that's mainly a director problem, but that could be me though.
But I look at Christian Bale's going to that as not just going from hero to hero. Christian Bale
From hero to villain.
Hero to villain. And that's where that's kind of was spicy to me, that he was able to make that transition.
So it's also worth bringing up on the villain talk. Bro, Thanos had motherfuckers crying in theaters, low key. Really? Like when that snap happened, bro, if you went to theaters to watch that shit, bro, I went like IMAX. I'm talking about like full theater. The silence in that theater, bro. You could hear the fucking, just the jaw dropping that happened, and everybody was like, I don't even know how to process what the fuck just happened. Like, yo, body fucking died.
Yeah.
Fuck, what's gonna happen now? Like, it's never been done on the DC side where the villain wins. You get me?
Yeah, but at the same time, though, did Thanos really win?
Well, I mean, they eventually fixed it around, etc. But at least by the time that movie ended, back in 2018, I think it was, or 2016, some shit like that.
2017, I think, I believe.
Like, when the moment that happened, the snap happened, from then on, we don't know what's coming. We don't know the end game is around the corner. We just know Thanos won. That's never been done before. The closest thing I'd say probably was in the DC side was the Injustice storyline, where the Joker successfully blew up Metropolis and caused this whole chain reaction. Awesome storyline, still my favorite DC storyline. But you never really hear about the bad guy winning, especially not in like major movies, like making hundreds of millions of dollars on release. You know, like that shit's unreal. Legit.
Yeah.
So I agree. Bad people wise, like villain wise, my favorite is Joker. But we can't sit here and forget about Thanos. We can't sit here and forget about all these other people. You get me?
But see, like, now I don't. At the same time,
like, yo, Ultron was dope as fuck.
I consider
great actor.
I don't really consider.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, Thor was a villain. Not Thor. Thanos was a villain.
Thor. Whoa.
But
Thor.
He doesn't.
He finally spills the beans.
If you look back to like why he was doing what he was doing, it's because it wasn't to just destroy the world.
It was to save it.
He was trying to save the world.
He wanted to create like a perfect balance, which he thought was the right.
Well, no, really a villain.
Because that's a fair point. Because if you follow the whole Eternals storyline, and he was an Eternals also, and he saw what happens to a planet after they reach capacity and it gets destroyed from within, and it's to the point that he came to the solution: too much life is what's going to kill everybody. If he halves the population, he will prolong all of them. Like he technically, Eternals wise, he low key was trying to save them from the Eternals. But you know, shit gets crazy, and they're still kind of developing that storyline. But I don't know.
Like, can you really consider him a villain?
At least for the movies that's come out so far, yes, because he hasn't been described as otherwise to people. You get me?
But that's what I mean. But if people people that know backgrounds kind of like we do, can we really sit down and really consider him as chocolate?
I mean, we could probably throw him into an anti-hero territory.
Yeah.
Like oh my god, I just heard the loudest. Like we, you know, like doing what's necessary. Like even if killing somebody is what it takes to save everyone. Like you get me? That's anti-hero territory. It's like I'll do what it takes. I'm not here to be, you know, to do it the right way. I have no morality.
As soon as he did the snap, dude, when they found him, he was on a farm. Like he wasn't.
Yeah, he was just chilling.
He
wanted to retire, bro. Everybody wants to retire, cuz.
But that's what I'm saying. Like all his tasks were done. All his planet conquering and everything else he did to find the Infinity Stones was done. So he just.
I mean, fair enough, because he didn't necessarily want to planet. He was just looking for the stones to achieve his mission. So I mean, okay, we could go deep into that one. But let me ask you, Stan Lee, genius, yay or nay?
Yeah, Stan Lee was the greatest mind. I'm excited to see how they go without, like, once they get all his creations into films and TV shows, and they got
what happens after that?
Another like 10 more years. How does Marvel unravel without having Stan Lee at the pen with all his creations?
I mean, there's a lot for them to go off.
So much backlogs, bro. There's probably a shit ton of backlogs that he's got today.
Oh no, it is. But I mean, can they sustain 10 years? I'm saying like 10 years from now of nothing but Stan Lee's creations. You know what I mean?
I mean, I think so. Because again, they have so much. They have so much storylines, right? Like even this picture I'm sharing with you guys right now. Blade, bro. Blade was the first superhero in movies. Like, yo, we owe it to Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, exactly.
And no one knew it. Like I remember when I was a kid watching Blade, bro. I didn't know that was a Marvel. Like that was a superhero movie.
See, I did. Blade was in Ultimate Avengers. I mean, Ultimate Alliance, bro.
Yeah.
No, but it's what I mean. Like I just thought it was a freaking vampire movie. That's why I loved it so much. I watched the shit out of Blade.
And let's be real, they barely scratched the surface with X-Men since Disney acquired them from Fox.
Yep.
Because we got the original X-Men movies that were made by Fox. By the way,
yeah.
Which one is the one that takes place in Egypt and they show the young Storm? Apocalypse. My favorite X-Men movie. Legit.
Yep.
The way that they showed in that movie, the Egyptian pyramids, and it's like, hey, this is why the pyramids were built and shit. I was like, that makes more sense than anything I've learned in school. I swear to God, bro. I swear. That shit makes more sense.
Out of Phase 5, there's three movies here that I'm excited for.
Okay.
I'm excited.
And first one's going to be Black Panther. Because I'm excited to see how they do it after Chadwick Boseman passed away.
Well, I mean, so you see it's called Black Panther, the Submariner. It's been rumored for a while and confirmed at this point that they were going to bring in Namor, which is like the DC version of Aquaman.
Yeah. And he's a ruthless motherfucker too.
Well, but that's what I mean. Then another one I'm excited for, the second one, is Guardians of the Galaxy. I just, those series of characters that they built for that is the best series of characters I've ever seen.
See, that's interesting because you're looking forward to continuations. I'm looking forward to like the Fantastic Four movie done by Marvel's, X-Men done by Marvel, you know? That's spicy to me.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm excited for them. Don't get me wrong, because it's now Marvel's touch on them. But I have such a bad taste in my mouth. And I'm like,
you know what? Out of all of these, I'm looking forward to Blade, Thunderbolts, and War Machine.
Oh, that's my third one. I'm excited for War Machine.
What are you gonna do with the
Because-
Thunderbolts? Because didn't the general die in real life?
Yes.
The general that shows up in all the Hulk movies. You know what I'm talking about? Ross,
Yes.
Thunderbolt Ross or whatever.
Yes.
Hey, he fucking died in real life. What the fuck are they gonna do?
Yes. Don't know.
I don't know, but I'm looking forward to seeing what they do though.
But I mean, that's also probably why it is fucking in November 3rd of 2023. Like we're literally still a year and 2 months out before that's released. So I do see that getting pushed back, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, we see based off of this schedule that Blade got pushed back because Blade's not done.
No,
Right.
Blade was supposed to be done in January.
I'm looking forward to the guy who played Cottonmouth, right? Play as Blade from.
Oh yeah. I know who you're talking about. The I forget his name. The guy that's actually playing the role. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing him because Bravo can act. First of all, second of all, like the whole.
How do you know he's a brother?
I'm
kidding, bro. Go ahead.
What the fuck?
I'm kidding. Go. Joker just looked at me like, what? Go ahead.
To be honest with you, like, I think he looks the part. I think he will bring the role to the screen as the part of Blade, and also, I am still have that little bit of hope that Wesley Snipes might just pop in and do a little cameo and fuck off.
Well, here's my thing though. What's got me nervous about Blade being done in Marvel Studios is Marvel Studios. If the one thing that I've always noticed is they're not really dark.
But this Blade might be.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what's got me nervous about Blade, is because Blade is meant to be, he's there literally killing vampires. He's, you know what I mean? Like,
They did. When you think about darkness, they did a great job with fucking Punisher on the TV show. That was some
Punisher was
real
sick.
dark shit.
oh no, don't get me. That's what I mean.
dark
Like,
as shit.
Punisher was good, but that's what I mean. Like, when you're going in the movie wise, like all their movies have been really, really PG.
PG-13.
Yeah,
I mean, like
you know what I mean?
they did okay with fucking Deadpool, so I'm assuming they'll be fine with fucking doing Blade. You know what I mean? Blade
See-
and Deadpool was not PG.
I mean, that's a fair point. Deadpool was a good success.
Though, yeah, but here's the sad part with me with Deadpool. I fall asleep. Literally, I've tried to watch the movie 3 times. I've never finished Deadpool.
But
I
that's
fell
just
asleep. Literally,
That's why that type of shit, you gotta watch it in theaters, bro.
but not even that. Like, I watched it in theaters. I watched it in theaters and fell asleep. That was my first time. I fell asleep. I don't fall asleep in movies. The second time we watched it at home, the same exact part where I fell asleep at the movie theater, I fell asleep at home.
I don't know what to tell you, cuz.
That's
I
just
fell
you,
asleep
bro.
I don't know what to
Deadpool
tell
makes
you,
this one
cuz.
exciting. I don't know why, but
I mean, if you look at it, I wouldn't say like it's. I mean, I get what you're saying. It might be just a preference, like personal thing. You know what I mean? So you
But
might
it could be actor too,
looking-
though, because I can't watch his movie, any other of his movies without falling asleep. And I don't get me
No, I
wrong,
mean,
he's a funny
that's just-
motherfucker, but
That's what I'm saying. It's just a personal thing. How you feel about it. You know what I mean? Because it might be just that. Unfortunately for you, Deadpool was played by Ryan Reynolds, and for you, Ryan Reynolds is just like, yeah, I'm.
He's
I need him
actually
more.
Ryan Reynolds is what connects the Blade movies and Deadpool. I'm gonna just throw it out there. He was in both.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's I don't know. I'm excited
Like, I think-
I'm excited for it, but I'm gonna keep my optimistic down just to make sure that they actually stay the darkness that they need to do with Blade. It is meant to be dark. That's why honestly the other ones were so damn great.
How do you feel about?
That's what, hopefully they will keep it dark, and we just have to hope and see how it comes across. You know what I mean? Because we
Now
can't sit there and think,
They did drop a timeline for Phase 6, by the way.
did they?
Yes.
Yeah, but so hold on. How about we're talking about the fact that people say, considering Marvel's done such a great job and DC's still figuring out the movies, people say that DC will never catch up to Marvel movies.
I don't know. This
I mean-
Batman movie's a pretty damn good start, bro.
No, I think what they're saying is like in a whole general collection under the Marvel belt, right? Like you've got movies like individually stand out, like Captain America, Iron Man. Then you got like the TV shows that's going on, the shit that's going on left, right, and center with the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe. I can understand some people's thought process that it was not going to catch up, but at the same time, like, yo, don't sell yourself short, right? Because at the end of the day, for all you know, DC can come up over there. It's just that we need a good director behind it.
DC needs their Kevin Feige.
Exactly. That's it. That's the only downfall. The thing is, and also their fucking marketing strategy is fucking atrocious too. Like half of the fucking movies revealed in the trailer itself. Like I know exactly what.
That's true. Like Warner Brothers is still making trailers like it's 2003, bro. Like I have to show you what the whole movie's about, or you're not gonna go watch it. Like here's the thing: Thor: Love and Thunder. Have all of us here watched it?
Yes. I don't know if Joker did or not, but I have.
You watched the Joker? Okay.
Yeah.
The fact that I didn't find out why the fuck it was called Thor: Love and Thunder until the last 15 seconds. That shit was clutch. I was wondering the whole fucking movie. I was like, I don't get this Love and Thunder bullshit. Maybe it's because he feels in a loving mood. I don't know. I'm very confused right now. And then at the very end, I was like, bro, what?
Yeah,
okay.
His name was
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, so legit, so I'm okay with the way Marvel does it, because Marvel teases you with the action scenes, little bit of drama, but they don't reveal the plot. DC movies, you know exactly what the buildup is, you know exactly what the conflict is, and then you know exactly how that shit ends. Or maybe they leave the ending out, but it's like, yo, okay, so I already know these people are gonna fight.
The movie already, like in the trailer, it was 1 minute 30 seconds of the trailer is more than enough for me to understand what the fuck I'm gonna get myself into watching this movie. Like, I'm just tired.
But see, I feel like they didn't do that too much though in this new Batman movie.
No, that's what I mean. That's
like they kind of did a very good job with the trailer, because I was like, man, this Batman movie seems kind of fucking weird. I don't know how they're gonna do it.
What was the
well, I actually think they did poorly in the trailer, because the trailer had me not wanting to watch it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like it was like,
One good thing what they did in this trailer was the fact is that they did not fucking reveal there's a Riddler.
No, that's not true.
No,
that's not true. Look at what I'm sharing right now. Look at what I'm sharing right now. Literally in the opening scene. In the opening scene of the trailer. This is the main trailer, bro. Literally just opens with the question mark. It's like, bro, we know who that is.
All three trailers that they dropped, if you actually watch them, like looked at them, there's question marks in all three trailers. So we knew Joker was coming, or the Riddler was coming.
No, for me, the one thing, like, because I watched this trailer in my TV, on my TV. I never watched it on YouTube or anything like that. And we only had a 30-second teaser. And the teaser was Batman's in the fucking, the subway station, and he's just beating the shit out of the motherfucker, dark as shit. And that was it. The new Batman fucking logo came out. That's it. That's all I fucking seen. You know what I mean? I never seen the whole-fledged trailer for it. So that's why I thought, okay.
Even on the TV, even on our TVs, when they were showing out the trailers for, like, they made sure to throw in a question mark because it was in the background.
The only thing that they showed, the only thing that they teased was the Catwoman for us over here in the UK. So I don't know. It's just like I said, it was only a 30-second trailer, tease the trailer that we seen, and that's all I held on to. I was like, okay, this looks dark as shit. Cool.
Yo, kudos to Warner Brothers for choosing Robert Pattinson. Because I definitely, after Twilight, I wouldn't have picked him.
I wouldn't have picked him either.
But he did great.
See, no, but here's the thing, though. I'm also one, this is going to sound kind of bad. I didn't enjoy the Twilight sagas, but they weren't too bad.
I mean, here's the thing. I'm not saying that the films themselves weren't okay films and, you know, like the way they were written, etc. There's a reason why the book sold millions. There's a reason why the movies made millions, right? But there are characters that play a defining role that sometimes defines them for the wrong reason, right?
Oh, true. Yeah.
Like, you get me? The main actress is just known as the Twilight Girl. Robert Pattinson was known as the Twilight guy.
Boy.
Like, you feel me? If you go look at all the people, Daniel Radcliffe, he's known as Harry Potter, no matter what other role he does. You get me?
That motherfucker is always gonna be classed as fucking Harry Potter, bro.
Right? Like, freaking Paul Walker, R.I.P. He suffered through that shit too. He was Brian O'Connor in every fucking movie, basically, because they casted him for a role that they liked. It's like, I liked you in this movie. I want you to be the same in this movie. You get what I'm saying?
Vin Diesel will always be the Fast and Dominic Toretto. You know what I mean?
Nah, bro. Vin Diesel's a Riddick to me, bro. Vin Diesel's a Riddick to me, bro. He was Riddick way before. But then you have people like Robert Downey Jr. Amazing actor.
Will always be.
But he will always be Iron Man.
No, because I watched a lot of Robert Downey's old stuff, though. I was a big fan of Robert Downey.
But here's the thing. I don't think he's to the diversity level that somebody like, for example, Johnny Depp.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Well, I was gonna say Johnny Depp, because Johnny Depp is a great example of completely off the wall characters. Like, this character,
But you will
like
always-
Tonto in that Wild Western movie, has nothing to fuck to do with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and they both got nothing to do with Edward Scissorhands. Yeah, and then all three of them. What the fuck does it have to do with Jack Sparrow? Way the fuck down here? Like, off the wall, but he kills it every time. He's established his variety. Not every character can.
With Johnny Depp, reason probably why he's always been one of my favorite actors is because he has 3-4 iconic characters that he's played. And just
the roles that
they're always built into your memory. Like, you start thinking of Johnny Depp. Yeah, Captain Jack Sparrow comes to mind. But now, like, to me, it's Edward Scissorhands. You know what I mean?
like kudos to him. Like, he picks and chooses his role according to the script that the directors give him.
Like, what he wants to play, and he kills it.
Exactly. Kudos to him, because he's like, yeah, that role is good for me. I will choose it. But if you turn around and say, hey man, you're gonna be Albus Dumbledore, he'll be like, nah, get the fuck out of my face.
Bro, not even that.
You know what I mean?
He another like a wild one off the wall, bro. Look at Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
He played great Public Enemy in Public Enemy 2.
That's what I'm saying, but look at Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. He was a druggie. He played a fucking person out here, walked around the briefcase of freaking all these drugs, adrenochrome, everything.
Wait. What's the name of the actor you're talking about?
Johnny Depp, wasn't he in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas?
Wasn't he also a druggie too?
What, Johnny Depp?
Yeah, didn't he have drug problems like back in like 90s and 2000s, same as RDJs and everything?
He had drinking problems.
And drug problems, right?
Well, yeah, but I mean, his drinking was more than a drug issue. But it was like,
at that point, was he acting? Question mark.
Yeah, but it was him playing that as a character was just where it was like, oh yeah, like he's just really stepped right out of his, like, the element of acting of his.
No, but he's like, there are iconic characters out there. Like, forever, Tom Cruise will be the fucking Mission Impossible guy, and Maverick.
Well, I was about to say, he's Maverick, bro. Like, Tom Cruise is Maverick, and he just solidified his fucking role as Maverick, breaking records and shit with Top Gun 2, bro.
That Top Gun
bro,
Maverick?
Not even that. I'm excited to see how the next Mission Impossible movie is going to be. They just announced another Mission Impossible.
Wasn't there a rumor going on that he's gonna be the ultimate Iron Man or some shit like that? I can't remember.
So here's the thing. They almost introduced him as Iron Man in that last multiverse of madness. The multiverse of madness.
Yeah, multiverse of madness.
So they almost introduced him as the Iron Man, a part of the Illuminati in that film. But they chose not to. I mean, it still might be on the table. You see what that what's his name? John Krasinski, I think it is, or I don't know his last name. The guy that played in A Quiet Place, he played Mr. Incredible in Multiverse of Madness.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's a great fucking actor, but the internet has been trying to make him Mr. Fantastic for like 10 fucking years since the Marvel Universe came around. And they're like, hey man, this is the man that needs to be Mr. Fantastic. And legit, they made that shit happen. Like that shit was so popular that they basically just made it happen.
Mhm. But yeah, bro, I'm just looking forward to what this whole movie regarding the superheroes and
Yeah, bro.
comic book was.
Have you on Amazon Prime? They have the show, the Tom Clancy show, where he's the main actor in it. Hella good.
Oh,
What was I gonna say?
no, I know which one you're talking about, but no. I was something Jack Ryan or some shit like that.
Yeah, Jack Ryan. That's what it is. Not Mission Impossible.
I haven't seen it.
Whatever.
But so let me ask you guys this: how do you guys feel about people saying that superhero movies are ruining theaters?
I mean,
Like the expectations, the hype. Like imagine you go to the theaters and you watch the latest Marvel movie, and then you go next week and watch a totally different movie that's not anything Marvel, and you're like, it's okay, it's not Marvel.
I beg to differ because, you seen the trailer for John Wick 4?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to that shit more than any superhero movie.
I'm kind of not, bro.
I'm looking forward. Donnie Yen is the G, right? When I saw Donnie Yen in the trailer, I was there like, he's gonna be a blind swordsman in there. Bet I'm watching.
No,
it
see what I'm
regardless.
looking forward to. In all honesty, like if you just want to sit there and say that superhero movies ruin theaters, yeah, but then Top Gun Maverick came out.
Yeah, but
You know what's a great movie?
if it wasn't,
Movie that I
but if it wasn't a sequel to already one of the best movies ever made,
Yeah.
if it wasn't a sequel, would it have done that much?
I think so.
You get me? Like if there was no Top Gun history and that movie came out as is, would it have made it much of an impact?
But dude, there was people that never watched Top Gun went and watched that movie, and they're like, "Yo, this is the best movie that I've ever watched in action in the longest time." And then they went home and watched the actual original Top Gun, and then they got all the references.
Would they have watched it though if the original Top Gun didn't exist? If the marketing wasn't there, if they didn't have friends saying, "Bro, you haven't watched the original one? It was amazing, bro. You gotta watch it." You get me? If there was no history.
You know what? There was a one little gem that I watched on the movies about a few weeks ago. It was called Everything Everywhere All at Once. Michelle Yeoh in that movie was sick. It was not your typical over the top fucking movie. It started off great. She was having a chill life, family life and everything. And then afterwards, all of a sudden, within the next 10, 15 minutes, shit went all batshit crazy. And the movie was fucking amazing. Yeah, that definitely. If you haven't watched it, watch it. You like it. But it starts off slow.
But all right, guys, let's start with you guys. Start hitting to a wrap up.
Yeah, let's conclude. I know G has to go at 5, and we've already been here for a little bit, TBH. But yeah, honestly,
better make sure you win on escape room.
Oh, dude, I do every time.
yeah,
Bro.
he's not gonna make it out, bro. They're gonna be like, you have to escape through this vent. I don't fit.
I don't fit.
Oh, but no, guys, everybody watching, we do definitely appreciate you watching. These videos are not necessarily what we typically do, especially since it's more like geeky video game, movie, cartoon related and such. So just let us know what you think. If anything, we do appreciate everybody watching. Thank you so much for the love and the support. Make sure that you guys please leave a like in the video. That way it gets shared to other people, and simultaneously leave a comment down below letting us know what you thought about the subject. Because typically we talk about a little bit more serious subjects. And, being able to kind of chill is nice.
How do I do this? I just want to unmirror. I don't think it's mirrored. All right, bro. So a little bit of a teaser for next week, yo. And you guys know what it is because I've already told you. I figured to save it for when Josh is here. I'm gonna drop this, bro. That's all I'm gonna give you.
What the?
That's all I'm gonna give you.
I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
That's what I mean. This is a little teaser for next week, bro.
I know what it is, but since Jeej wants to keep it a little teaser, I'm gonna let him have a little bit of a fucking teaser. So yeah,
The teaser, bro.
Whatever the fuck that means. I don't know. I guess we'll all figure that shit out.
Windu's just like, this is a Jeej thing. I'm gonna leave Jeej to do.
Oh, yeah,
Jeej
bro,
thing.
it's gonna be a G thing. It's gonna be. We're gonna do it right before the announcements, so it's gonna be literally right in the first 10 minutes.
Just make sure you don't explode, fam. That's it.
I won't. Other than that, y'all, thanks for watching. We do appreciate it.
Much love, homies.
Peace.
We'll catch you on the next one.
Peace. Don't forget to wipe.
Yeah.